Chapter 3, Synthetic Fibers and Plastics, Part 6. This is the last video of this chapter. Dear children, I hope things are getting clear to you. In this chapter, in the beginning, we studied about synthetic fibers. Now, in last two videos, I explained about plastics and their types, their uses, and the most common plastics are PVC, bakelite, polystyrene. Children, in this PPT, our learning objectives are biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials. And this topic we are learning since grade 4. So I will explain what are these materials and what are the examples of it, etc. Second topic which we will cover is plastics and our environment. How the use of plastics is affecting our environment. And then we have to stop the pollution or whatever plastics are causing to our environment by following 3 R's. That is reduce, reuse and recycle. And these 3 R's we are doing when we were kid. So now you are in 8th class. You should be in the position to tell me many examples how can we reduce, reuse and recycle the different materials which we are using in our day-to-day life. So first we will discuss what are biodegradable materials. Biodegradable materials are the materials which can be easily broken down into simple harmless substances by the action of bacteria. And they are environment friendly. We should use green bin for biodegradable wastes. What are biodegradable wastes now? Which can be decomposed, which can be mixed with the soil by the action of bacteria. What are the examples of these materials? Like peelings of vegetables and fruits, leftover foodstuff, paper, cotton cloth, wool, etc. These are biodegradable substances, and where they should be dumped? They should be dumped in the green bin. If you remember, we have done compost pit activity. Okay, so in that compost pit activity, what did we do? Yes, we throw peelings of fruits and vegetables into the pit and then covered it with soil. After some time, after some days, that peelings changed into a compost, which is very useful for the plants. So this is how biodegradable material degrade. They break into harmless substances. Non-biodegradable materials. These are the substances that cannot be easily broken down into simple harmless substances through natural processes such as action by bacteria. They are not environment friendly. For examples, plastics, synthetic fibers, glass, tin, aluminium cans and other metal objects. And such materials are harmful to our environment. Dear children, now the most important part of the chapter, that is plastics and environment. And it is a debatable topic. Some of them are in favor of plastics and some of them are against use of plastics. So let's see why. Some of the people are, in a condition and in a favor of using plastics because of so many uses of them. But why some of the people are against of it? Let's discuss one by one. children, when we go to the market, beta, we usually get things wrapped in plastic or packed in polythene bags. We get throw away plastic bottles for mineral water or soft drinks we use at home. Sometimes we throw away thermocol plates and cups in social gathering at home. This is one reason why plastic waste keeps accumulating in our homes. Ultimately, what happens? Plastic finds its way to the garbage, and disposal of plastic waste is a big threat to health and our environment. And why so? Because plastics are non-biodegradable substances. So we have to think. But first of all, let's see how disposal of plastic waste leads to the health and environmental problems. So first is air pollution. When plastic wastes are burnt, they produce toxic gases and smoke. And these harmful gases cause air pollution. And second impact of use of plastic on environment is water pollution. When plastic wastes are dumped in water, they result in water pollution because it is made up of chemicals which get mixed in the water and damage it, spoil it, pollute it. And the third is soil pollution. How? So most of the plastic wastes are dumped in landfills. We know landfills, where we dump our wastes. Now it causes soil pollution. Why? Since plastics buried in the soil cannot be decomposed by microorganisms, they prevent rainwater from seeping into the earth. And the water thus remains on the earth's surface, forming muddy pools. This is how it is causing soil pollution. Those chemicals get mixed with the soil also, making it barren, making it unfertile. Now the fourth one. As we all know that we carelessly throw poly bags here and there, so which causes clogging the drains and sewer lines. The water stops flowing in those drains. Okay, so the fifth impact of plastic on environment is it makes the place look dirty where they are dumped. So we throw the poly bags, wrappers of chips and biscuits and other eatables here and there on the road or in parks. So this not only makes the place look ugly but also provides home for many disease-causing germs and insects. So should we not avoid it, beta? We should avoid it. Now the last one, which you all are aware, that animals like cows, they eat food waste from the garbage dumps. And in this process of eating the food waste, they swallow materials like polythene bags and wrappers of food. And these plastic materials choke their respiratory system. They are not able to breathe. And sometimes they damage their digestive system, which is the cause of their death. And we are responsible for it. So beta, next time before throwing any garbage, any plastic material, think of these animals and the society. So now we have to think of the solution to plastic created problems. What are we doing as a responsible citizen? So children, as a responsible citizen, we must remember the golden 3 R's principle. That is reduce, reuse, recycle. We should develop such habits which are environment friendly. We should avoid the use of plastic as far as possible. For example, we should not ask for plastic bags when we go for shopping. We should carry cotton or jute bag while going for shopping. We should clean and dry plastic bags, plastic containers, plastic throwaway bottles for reuse as containers. We should use two types of bins, a green bin and a blue bin for throwing waste. Biodegradable waste can be thrown in the green bin, and the plastic material can be thrown in the that blue bin. All right, we should not throw plastic throwaway bottles, poly bags, wrappers on the roads. In this way we can contribute towards the environment. If it is healthy, we will be healthy. So presently all kinds of thermoplastics are melted together to produce recycled plastic. For example, the black plastic bags are made from recycled plastic. And scientists are trying to produce biodegradable plastics, and somehow they are successful also. Nowadays we are able to have some biodegradable plastics also. But if possible, it will solve most of our present day problems of disposal of plastic waste. So we should develop environment friendly habits to reduce the harmful effects associated with plastic. All right. So promise me that we all will follow these 3 R's. Let's do a quick recap of whole chapter. What have we studied in this chapter? First thing, we studied types of fibers, that is natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Then we studied about nature of fibers, that natural fibers are made up of natural material and synthetic fibers are made up of chemicals. Then we did types of synthetic fibers, that is rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. Then characteristics of synthetic fibers, that they are soft, smooth and low absorption of water, and they are strong, etc. Then we did disadvantages of synthetic fibers, that they melt and burn easily, and we did that. Then plastics are also polymers like synthetic fibers, and we did different uses of plastics. Then last but not the least, the last topic of this chapter was plastics and environment. How the use of plastics impacting the environment and how can we cope up with that. So children, you have to read this chapter, you have to watch the videos again and again according to your convenience. But yes, till next Tuesday, this topic should be clear to you. Thank you, beta, and God bless you all.